So today I will talk about the questions in supplementary exercise 9. Okay, so starting from question number 31. So those are the questions that I think there will be something special, okay, that I would like you to learn more, okay. But I'm not going to give you time to work on this today, okay. So I'll just talk about them. So number 31. It's given that the Hcf and Lcm of x6 minus 1 and the polynomial px are this and that respectively, okay? So this time it is given the Hcf and Lcm, okay? And then we are going to find the one of the polynomial fx, sorry, is px, I mean, okay? But in A1, in part A1, the question asks you to factorize this, okay? This long polynomial. 嗱呢一個咧，有好多同學咧，即係之前問過我點樣做嘅。咁咧嗱，有好多種方法做嘅喎。咁但係咧，我陣間咧想教你一種嘅好比較特別啲嘅方法。OK， 咁大家都即係可以袋喺袋嗰度。咁啊in case 用到嘅時候咧，即係 in case 遇到嘅時候咧，就可以用嘅。OK， 不過我講一個general 啲嘅方法先啊。OK，I need to factorize this. So there are 6 terms in total, right? Okay, and there is no common factor for all the terms. Okay, and then we need to group into different groups now. Okay, 嗱分組6個 term 分組，其實即係有2種嘅分組方法。OK 嗬 ，get 到啊嗬，3個3個一組，或者2個2個2個一組。OK。咁咧，我呢度試咗呢個3個一組分2組先。So that is like this. I would like to divide into 2 groups of 3 terms, like this. And then for each group, I need to take out the common factors. For the first group, the common factor is x cubed, and the remaining factor is x squared plus x plus 1. And the second group is exactly x squared plus x plus 1. No common factor to be taken out. But at this stage, so we will find that x squared plus x plus 1 will be a common factor. Okay, the second layer of common factor. So we take out this common factor and write down the remaining factor, x cubed plus 1. But don't forget that the x cubed plus 1 can be further factorized. Okay? We are going to use the a cubed plus b cubed identity to factorize this x cubed plus 1 to be x plus 1 and then x squared minus x plus 1. Okay, and this one is a quadratic polynomial. And if you are not feeling safe, you may check with your calculator, Formula 1, to see whether you can further factorize this to be a product of 2 brackets 嗱，其實即係凡親2次方有2次方嘅話咧，其實你都用一個即係用個 Formula 1去到試一試，睇下可唔可以繼續 fact 到嘅，得唔得？如果係 Formula 1裏邊出爛數，即係轉唔翻份數嘅，或者甚至乎出 math error 嘅話咧，就係 fact 唔到噶啦，得唔得？咁呢度咧呢一個啦，同埋前面呢一個 x squared plus x plus 1。都係一個 quadratic polynomial 嚟噶嘛，係嘛？所以我哋都應該要諗一諗咧，究竟可唔可以再繼續 fact 落去嘅？不過呢兩個 quadratic factor 咧，都係唔可以繼續 fact 噶啦。Okay, so this is the answer of A1. Can you get this? 好啦，跟住我想講另一個方法，就係咧，你哋好多同學咧，一開始諗嘅時候咧，係諗咗呢一個方向嘅。OK。諗到呢個方向先嘅，就係咧 2 in a group, 2 terms in a group. So that should be x5 plus x4, and then plus the second group is x cubed plus x squared, and then plus the third group is x plus 1. Okay, and then in each group we can take out a common factor. So x4 times x plus 1 plus x squared times x plus 1 plus x plus 1. And then x plus 1 is the second layer of common factor. So we take out x plus 1. And the remaining factor is x4 plus x squared plus 1. 好啦，但係咧呢度咧，好多同學做到呢一度嘅時候咧，就唔知道點樣做落去。OK， 咁咧呢一個 x 4次加 x 2次加1咧，有得 fact 嘅，有得 fact， 但係咧冇得用我哋曾經學過嘅任何一個方法去到 fact 嘅。呢一度咧嗱，如果你想好穩陣去攞5星星啊 ，OK 嘅時候咧，咁你就代埋呢個方法啦 ，OK， 即係有可能會問到，但係機會好微啊 ，OK， 咁但係如果係遇到呢一個 exactly 呢一個冇第二啲噶咯噃 ，OK，exactly 係 x 4加 x 2加 x 1嘅時候，你記得啦，我哋可以咁樣做嘅 ，x 4加 x 2加 x 1。我哋加多一個 x square 俾佢，即係變咗 2x square plus 1，and then minus x square. Can you get this? Okay, so we will add an extra x square term to form 2x square, but take away the extra term x square immediately. Okay, so when we have added an x square term to this expression, what do we have now for the first 3 terms? For the first 3 terms, it becomes a perfect square. Can you see this? It becomes x plus 1, and the first 3 terms becomes x square plus 1 bracket square, and then minus x square. And what do we have inside this square bracket? Is in the format of a square minus b square, where the a is x squared plus 1 and the b is x. So we may use the identity of a squared minus b squared to change it to a plus b times a minus b. So it becomes a plus b times a minus b. Okay, so that will be exactly the same as what we have done in the method 1. Okay, 呢一個就係我想教你哋嘅 method 2啦，得唔得？咁就係呢一個 step， 呢一個嘢轉做呢一個 ，OK， 然之後轉做咁樣樣，再變成咁樣樣 ，OK， 咁呢一個係歐 C 嘅，得唔得？歐 C 嘅冇需要喺 DSE 嘅課程裏邊學嘅，咁但係佢係有機會到問到呢啲咁嘅嘢嘅 ，OK， 當然啦，即係佢有機會問到嘅時候咧，我哋亦都可以有第二啲方法去到避開呢一個歐 C 嘅方法嘅，咁但係我哋袋多個方法喺袋嘅時候咧，我哋見到嘅時候咧，即係萬一我哋考試嘅時候諗到一開始諗到呢一個方向，跟住就做到呢個 x 4加 x 2加1嘅話咧，我哋都冇咁驚。我哋都冇咁驚，係咪自己做錯咗咧？咁樣樣，其實係可以繼續 fact 到落去嘅，得唔得 ？OK， 咁呢個袋埋喺袋咯噃。And then A2, we need to factorize this x7 plus x6 minus x minus 1. Okay, and this one is a little bit easier. 4 terms. I need to group them into two groups. So x7 plus x6, and then plus negative x minus 1, right? Okay, and then we take out the common factor x6 and then x plus 1, and then we take out a minus sign, becomes x plus 1, and then take out the common factor x plus 1 and write down the remaining factor x6 minus x minus 1. And for the x6 minus 1, we can see this as x cubed square minus 1 square, right? Okay, and it is in the format of a square minus b square. So we can use the identity to factorize this to x cubed plus 1 times x cubed minus 1. But for the x cubed plus 1 and x cubed minus 1, we can also use the a cubed plus b cubed or a cubed minus b cubed identity to further factorize these two brackets. Okay, so x cubed plus 1 becomes x plus 1 times x squared minus x plus 1. And then x cubed minus 1 becomes x minus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, and then we just arrange the terms in the correct orders. So we have two copies of x plus 1 multiplying together. It becomes x plus 1 squared, and we have x minus 1, and we have x squared minus x plus 1, and x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, so this is the answer of part A2. It's okay? And then part B, using the fact that the product of two polynomials is equal to the product of their HCF and LCM. Find the polynomial Px. So this will be easy because everything is already prepared. Is it? No, not yet. Okay, because we have x6 minus 1. So we have to factorize x6 minus 1 first. It's okay. But x6 minus 1 is actually factorized before. Okay, x6 minus 1 is equal to, so again, I am going to put this like this. It's x cubed plus 1 and x cubed minus 1. And then it becomes x plus 1, x squared minus x plus 1 times x minus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1. It becomes x plus 1, x minus 1, x squared minus x plus 1, and x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, this is the preparation of the first polynomial. Okay, to factorize the first polynomial. Okay, and the question asks us to use the fact that this fact to find Px. Okay, so we have x6 minus 1 times Px is equal to the HCF. So that should be HCF times LCM. Okay, so x6 minus 1 has been prepared to be x plus 1, x minus 1 times x squared minus x plus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1 times Px should be equal to the HCF and LCM product. But the HCF is this x5, x4, and so on. That is the result of A1. Okay, so that should be x. So let me write x plus 1 first, and x squared plus x plus 1 times x squared minus x plus 1 times the LCM. LCM is the x7 polynomial. So that should be x plus 1 times x squared, x plus 1 squared times x minus 1 times x squared minus x plus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1. Can you see? It's like this. Okay. So let us simplify the right-hand side first. We have x plus 1 to the power 1 times x plus 1 squared becomes power 3. Okay, and we have x minus 1. And we have x squared plus x plus 1, 2 copies. And x squared minus x plus 1, 2 copies, right? Okay, so this is the right-hand side. And left-hand side is still here. So Px should be equal to this. X plus 1 cubed times x minus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1 squared, x squared minus x plus 1 squared divided by x plus 1, x minus 1, x squared minus x plus 1, and x squared plus x plus 1. Okay? And so just cancel out all the common factors. What is remaining is x plus 1 squared. And there will be no x minus 1 term. And then we still have the x squared minus x plus 1 and x squared plus x plus 1. Okay? That is the Px. Is that okay? Sorry. So this is question number 31. 得唔得？嗱，記住呢一個咧，兩個 polynomial 乘埋一齊，等於佢哋 HCF 同埋 LCM 乘埋一齊。呢一樣嘢咧，只係得兩個 polynomials 嘅時候咧，先至可以成立嘅。如果嗰度有三個 polynomials， 有 Px、Qx、Rx， 佢哋三個乘埋一齊，會唔會等於佢哋嘅三個嘅 HCF 同埋三個嘅 LCM 乘埋一齊咧？係不會嘅，得唔得？小心啲呢度啊！有陣時我哋會諗快咗，就會諗漏咗啲嘢噶啦。OK， so this is 31， 得唔得 ？And then next one is 32。 32 is still about Hcf and Lcm. Okay. And the Hcf and Lcm of 3 polynomials are ab squared and 5b4, c3 respectively. If the first and second polynomials are this and that respectively, find the third polynomial. So I'm going to do this. Let's see. Yes. The first polynomial. Let me call this. Don't call it the first polynomial. And we have second polynomial. Okay, we have third polynomial, right? And then we have the Hcf and Lcm, right? So let us write down all the informations first. Okay, for the Hcf， 嗱我哋分開一格格一棟棟咧就係唔同嘅 factor 嚟嘅。The Hcf is ab squared. Okay, let me write down the LCM first. We have 5. Okay, or 5 to the power 1, right? For the LCM. And we have A5 for the A term, B4, and C3. 你到時就會好快㗎啦呢度 ，OK？ 咁啊，我呢度慢慢解釋俾你聽嘅啫。And then HCF we have A1 and B squared. We don't have the number and C term. Okay, if the first and the second polynomial are this, so we have A1 and then B4 and C1 for the first polynomial. For the second, we have A4, B3, and C3. Okay, for the third polynomial, we need to let it be. So we for each column, we need to consider this. Okay, we need to let it be 5 to the power p, and then a to the power q, and b to the power r, and c to the power s. 嗱呢度咧想教你。即係點解我揀呢題咧？就想教你點樣 present 出嚟嘅啫。不過咧，即係雖然真係好少機會咧，係會用到，即係會喺 long prep 裏邊去到問嘅。通常最多係 MC 嘅啫。咁但係咧，都希望我希望陣間咧會教識你一個寫法。咁等你寫出嚟嘅時候咧，咁就有型啲咁樣嘅啫。OK 得唔得？好啦，嗱睇住咯。呢度咧係咪冇啊？即係冇個，我哋睇逐個嚟睇下。我睇下 A 先，睇下 A 先。A 嘅 column 個 HCF is 1, A to the power 1. So I will write the minimum of 1 for Q is 1, and the maximum among 1 for Q should be equal to 5. Do you understand what I mean here? Okay, because for the factor A, for the first polynomial, we have A power 1, and then we have A power 4, and then A power Q, which is unknown. But we know that for the HCF, it should be A power 1, which means that the smallest index should be 1. The minimum value among these 3 index should be equal to 1. Okay, and then because the LCM is A power 5, which means that the largest index among these 3 should be equal to 5. Can you get the idea? So Q should be larger than or equal to 1, cannot be 0. But Q should be less than or equal to 5. But there is no 5 appeared before, okay, which force that Q must be equal to 5. Okay, so that is like this. And then when we consider the factor B, minimum among 4, 3, and R should be equal to 2 because the HCF is B squared. And the maximum among 4, 3, and R should be equal to 4. Okay? Because of the minimum should be equal to 2, and there is no power 2 appeared before, which force that the value of R should be equal to 2. Okay, in order to have the minimum value among 4, 3, and R to be 2, so R must be equal to 2. Okay, can you get the idea? And for the C, at the minimum, because there is no C term, no factor C in the HCF, we may consider this to be C power 0. Okay, because there is no such factor, so the power of C should be 0 in the HCF, which means that the minimum among 1, 3, and S should be equal to 0, while the maximum among 1, 3, and S should be equal to 3. Okay, so what should the value of S be in this condition? It must be equal to 0. Okay, no other choice. Can you see this? Sorry. No other choice. Must be equal to 0. And for the number, for the factor 5, it is also like this. We have 5, 0 here. Okay, if there is no such factor, we may think that as power 0. Okay, so among the minimum among 0, 0, and P is equal to 0, while the maximum among 0, 0, and P should be equal to 1. So what should the value of P be? Okay, in order to satisfy these two requirements, the value of P must be equal to 1. Okay, in order to make maximum equal to 1. So, sorry, there is only one option for P. P is equal to 1, which means that, therefore, the required polynomial is equal to 5 to the power 1 times a to the power 5 times b to the power 2 times c to the power 0. You get this? And then simplify this. And it should be 5a power 5 and b squared. Okay, no c term. That is the final answer. 得唔得？嗱，呢一度咧，記得即係基本上一定可以話9成9都係唔會需要你哋寫呢啲嘢噶啦。OK， 唔會有 long question 出現噶啦，從來未試過嘅，放心。咁但係即係當中要考慮到嘅嘢，我就將佢寫咗出嚟，咁解嘅啫。就係咁樣諗噶啦。你全部嘢擺晒喺腦裏邊，逐樣逐個 column 咁樣諗嘅話咧，就會係揾到出嚟嘅，得唔得？呢度有問題 ？Hcf and Lcm 最難係咁噶啦。OK， next one. Next one is 45. 45 is next page. Oh, this one. 好，點解要揀45題咧？因為咧，我哋會喺 DSE 裏邊遇到呢一種題目。咁但係咧，我哋喺前面嗰啲 exercise 裏邊咧，好似冇講過呢一隻嘅。OK， 就係啲分數層層疊，係嘛？分數之中仲有分數呢一隻嘅題目。OK， 冇講過嘅之前，得唔得？好啦，咁我抄題目先啦啊！即係齋煩嘅啫呢個。咁但係咧，我記得咧喺 MC 裏邊咧都會問過唔止一次嘅。OK， 好，直接喺度做啦。And the first thing we need to do is to handle the fraction in fraction first. Okay, it's to handle the fraction in fraction. Okay, which means that this square bracket I will just copy first. 當然啦，如果你哋做得快嘅，你可以一次過處理幾樣嘢嘅話咧， 咁你就可以，咁你就一次過處理幾樣嘢啦，唔使抄咁多嘢啦，係嘛？但係我喺度講俾你聽嘅時候咧，解釋嘅時候咧，咁我哋盡量咧係即係一次一樣嘢咁樣，OK？ So it's 1 plus 1 over. I'm going to handle this, okay? In the following step, I'm going to handle this one in this step. So 1 plus 1 over 1 plus x, it becomes 1 plus x over 1 plus x plus 1 over 1 plus x. Just find the common denominator, okay? And then times, again, when we have make that denominator to be common, then we may merge the two fractions together. It becomes 1 plus x plus 1, that is 2 plus x over 1 plus x. 好啦，咁跟住咧，我要將嗰啲分數裏邊嘅分數化成一整個分數，得唔得？嗱，佢未必一定喺分母嘅喎，有陣時咧呢個長方形圈住呢個咧，如果擺喺分子嘅話咧，我哋都係咁樣做嘅。即係總之分數裏邊嘅分數，仲要有啲加減嘅話咧，我哋就要喺嗰個位嗰度做咗嗰啲加減，將佢合成一整個分數先，咁樣樣。然之後呢度係咪即係1 over 呢一嚿嘢啊 ？OK， 我陣間就會將呢一個咧，而家係要做呢個 step 嘅 ，OK。1 over 呢一嚿嘢嘅話咧 ，1 divided by fraction becomes 1 multiplied by the reciprocal of the fraction. That should be 1 plus x over 2 plus x. Can you get this? OK， 好啦，跟住你就可以即係其實我都化簡埋先啦，都係嗰句，我逐個嚟，你哋可以跳 step 嘅呢度，即係一次過做幾樣嘢嘅。我而家全部都將前邊嗰個方括號咧 copy 咁解嘅啫 ，OK。好啦，跟住呢度咧我有通分冇咯，係嘛？即係變咗做2 plus x over 2 plus x and then plus 1 plus x over 2 plus x，OK， and then we may merge them together. It becomes 2 plus x plus 1 plus x, that is 3 plus 2x, OK? Sorry. Over 2 plus x。OK， 好啦，右手邊呢一個咧搞掂咗啦，我哋搞翻左手邊呢個方括號先。咁呢度咧一除 1 divided by this fraction, this sum of fraction. Again, we need to handle this first, okay? Because we are not ready to handle the division sign at this step. Because the expression behind is not just one single fraction. We need to make it to be one single fraction first. It becomes 2 minus 2x over 1 minus x, okay? Plus 1 over 1 minus x, okay? Just find a common denominator. And then every other thing are just copy. Okay? And then we merge the two fractions together. So 1 divided by this, it becomes 3 minus 2x, right? Okay, over 1 minus x. Minus, okay, actually you may factorize this. It's 2x plus 3 and 2x minus 3. Can you see this? And I think this should be inside the square bracket. Yes, okay. And then times 3 plus 2x over 2 plus x. Okay. And then 1 divided by fraction becomes 1 times the reciprocal of that fraction. So it becomes 1 minus x over 3 minus 2x, and then minus 3 over 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3, times, this is 2x plus 3 over x plus 2, okay? Just swap terms. 好啦，嗱呢度咧有一樣嘢，又係我好希望大家有呢一個警覺性嘅，就係我成日所講個 big brother is negative term. Then we need to take out the negative sign from the whole expression. So 1 minus x, this expression, the big brother is negative x. So we need to take out the negative sign. And also, this 3 minus 2x, the big brother is the x term, and it is negative 2x. We also need to take out the negative sign here. Okay, it becomes negative of x minus 1 over negative of 2x minus 3. Minus 3 over 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3 times 2x plus 3 over x plus 2。OK， 嗱，你做咗抽呢一個步驟嘅時候咧，即係抽負號呢個步驟嘅時候咧，其實陣間你通分母咧就會冇咁亂嘅。OK， 即係喺呢一題更加嘅。點解咧？因為呢個分數上下呢兩個 negative signs 係可以互相抵消咗嘅，所以得翻啲乜嘢嘢啊？前面呢個係咪 x minus 1 over 2x minus 3？OK， 係一個 simple 嘅 fraction 嚟嘅。呢度 get 到啊？嗬 ？OK， 好啦，咁跟住中括號裏邊呢一個相減緊嘅呢兩個分數咧，我哋係咪可以通分母啊 ？Okay, so we're now going to find the common denominator for the two fractions inside the square bracket. So we need to multiply a 2x plus 3 to the first fraction, okay? And then minus 3 over 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3 times 2x plus 3 over x plus 2, okay? And then merge the two fractions into one single fraction. Like this. Okay, and you need to expand the bracket on the top, but not on the bottom. Okay, so 2x squared, so plus 3x minus 2x becomes plus x. Minus 3 becomes minus 6. Okay, and then actually you can see that the 2x plus 3, this 2x plus 3, and the top right corner, 2x plus 3, are exactly the same. So they are cancelled by each other. Okay, so what is remaining is 2x minus 3 times 1 over x plus 2. Okay, and then we have a quadratic polynomial here. So you need to factorize this. Okay, at least try to factorize this. It becomes, let me see, I think it's x plus 2. Like this. Am I correct? Seems yes, because the answer will be very, very nice. So every factor is can find its counterpart. Okay, so all factors will be cancelled by each other. So what is remaining in the answer is just 1. Okay， 減大論個答案係一字咁淺，得唔得？記住，即係你哋可以一次過做多啲 steps 嘅。OK， 咁就唔使咁長㗎啦，得唔得？不過咧，小心啲做。我都係再想 emphasize 嘅就係呢一樣嘢，得唔得？即係成題咧，除咗一開始呢一啲即係分數之中有分數嘅處理方法之外，我最想 emphasize 嘅就係呢啲，因為呢啲咧就係你哋成日都錯嘅，即係啲即係 careless mistakes 嚟嘅。你哋搞唔掂啲正負號嘅話咧，咁就會喺呢度錯㗎啦。OK， 得。OK， next。抄咗落嚟先。46. So if x equals a over a plus b, y equals b over a plus b, and express x plus y over x minus y minus x minus y over x plus y in terms of a and b. Okay, give the answer in the simplest form. This one is, the question is simple, but the calculation may not be simple. Okay, but let's see. If x is a over a plus b, y equals b over a plus b, then x plus y. 嗱，呢度佢叫你計嗰樣嘢咧，其實得兩種嘢啫嘛，一種就係 x 加 y， 一種就係 x 減 y， 係嘛 ？OK， 咁我哋就分別計咗佢出嚟先。x plus y is a over a plus b plus b over a plus b. But the denominators are the same, right? So they can be added together, merged together, like this. But the upper part and lower part are exactly the same. So what is remaining in the result is just 1. Okay, that is very, very good. Okay, and then x minus y will be a over a plus b minus b over a plus b. And then merge them together, it becomes a minus b over a plus b. But this time you cannot cancel any common factors. Okay? And then x plus y over x minus y minus x minus y over x plus y becomes 1 over a minus b over a plus b, and then minus a minus b over a plus b over 1. Okay, 1 over fraction becomes the reciprocal of that fraction, a plus b over a minus b, minus fraction over 1 becomes that fraction. Okay, so what is remaining is just finding the common denominator. Okay, so it will be a minus b times a plus b, and then the upper part is a plus b bracket square, minus this is a minus b, a plus b, and then the upper part will be a minus b square. Can you get this? Okay, and then you may merge them together. A plus b square minus a minus b square, a minus b, a plus b. Okay, you may just expand the bracket, or you may use the identity to find the final answer. Okay, so maybe just expand the bracket is also very easy. Minus bracket a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay, it's a minus b, a plus b. And then expanding the bracket, so a square plus 2ab plus b square minus a square plus 2ab minus b square. And you'll find that the a square and b square term will be completely cancelled by each other. So what is remaining on the top is 2ab plus 2ab. That is 4ab. Okay, and then the denominator is a minus b, a plus b. And and that is the final answer. 得唔得呢度 ？OK， 好，跟住 next one is 47。好，呢一度咧打粒星嘅，我都係希望你打粒星嘅。咁呢個咧，嗱呢個咧真係要記一記佢喎。OK， 呢種題目都係喺 DSE 定係會考裏邊咧都問過幾次㗎啦，呢種題目啊。咁但係咧又係啦，你未學過、未見過嘅話咧，好難會喺考試嘅時候突然間諗到呢個方法嘅，得唔得？所以呢度咧請你打粒大星落去，因為咧都問過幾次嘅。Okay, number 47. X minus 1 over x is equal to a. And then express x cubed minus 1 over x cubed in terms of a. 咁呢度咧，嗱，我哋而家要揾嘅咧就係 x cubed minus 1 over x cubed， 要 in terms of a 嘅。咁我哋第一眼望到嘅話咧，呢一個咧係咪可以寫成一個嘅即係 a cube minus b cube 嘅 format. Okay, so that is x cube minus 1 over x cube. And then we may use the identity. It's x minus a minus b, times a square plus a b plus b square. It's okay? And then it becomes x minus 1 over x times x squared plus the middle term is 1, and then plus 1 over x squared. It is like this. For the first bracket, it will be changed to a because it's given that x minus 1 over x is just equal to a, right? But for a second bracket, we do not have information about x squared plus 1 over x squared. Okay, so we need to do some preparation first. Okay, let us do a preparation here. We have x minus 1 over x equals a. This is the given equation. 好啦，呢一個咧，我頭先話未學過、未遇過、未見過，好難喺考試測驗裏邊無端端諗到嘅就係以下呢個 step 啦。Okay, so we are going to take square on both sides of the equation. Okay, because it is given that x minus 1 over x is equal to a. Both sides are equal. So the square of the left-hand side should also be equal to the square on the right-hand side. Okay, but for the left-hand side, we can expand the bracket using the identity. x squared minus 2x 1 over x plus 1 over x squared equals a squared. Okay, but what is the middle term here? It's x squared minus 2 times x times 1 over x becomes just 2 plus 1 over x squared is equal to a squared. But what we need here, okay, what we need here is x squared plus 1 over x squared. Okay, the 1 is okay here. We can just ignore it. But what we need to calculate is x squared plus 1 over x squared. And now we know that x squared minus 2 plus 1 over x squared is equal to a squared, which means that leaving x squared plus 1 over x squared on the left, moving the 2 to the right, it becomes a squared plus 2. And this is our preparation. And we will use this preparation here. Okay? So now the x minus 1 of x becomes a. And the x squared plus 1 of x squared becomes a squared plus 2 and then plus 1. Okay, the 1 is still here, right? Okay, so what is remaining is a times a squared plus 3. And that will be in terms of a. That is already in simplest form. Okay, so you may expand the bracket, but that is the same. Okay, a cubed plus 3a will be the same, will be equivalent to a times a squared plus 3. OK， 得唔得呢度？呢度要打星嘅地方就係呢幾個 step 啦。OK， this is what I want you to learn from this question。得唔得？呢度有冇同學跟唔到嘅？嗱，呢個唔同頭先嗰個咩 LCM、HCF 嗰個表達方式喎，嗰個係話到明咧，其實講真都唔會點出㗎啦，咁樣樣。OK， 但係呢一個咧係出咗好多次㗎，所以要記得嘅，得唔得 ？OK， next one is 48.好 ，48 咧應該就係一般難度嘅啫。睇下咪先。Let k be a constant. It is given that fx is this, gx is this, and x plus 3 is a factor of fx. Is a factor of fx. 又見到呢啲 keyword 咯，係嘛？嗱，基本上第9課同第6課咧，應該要係連住嘅，得唔得？即係以前都係連住嘅，唔知點解要隔咗第7、第8課咁解嘅啫。呢度 ，OK？ 咁因為咧嗰啲 factor theorem 啊、remainder theorem 咧，好多時都會喺第9課裏邊咧係用到嘅，咁樣樣 ，OK？So x plus 3 is a factor of fx means that f negative 3 is equal to 0. Okay, 呢度唔再沉氣講啦。But we have the formula of fx, so negative 3 squared plus 5 times negative 3 plus k should be 0. 9 minus 15 plus k equals 0, so k is equal to 6. Are you correct? And then part B, find the HCF and LCM of fx and gx. So let us just factorize fx and gx first. Minus plus 6. Okay, so fx is equal to x plus 2 times x plus 3, right? And then gx is 2x squared plus 4x. So take out the common factor 2x. So what is remaining is x plus 2. So that is very simple, I think. Okay, and then I think you may write down the HCF and LCM immediately. Okay, the 2 is already prime number, so you don't need to break down, or you cannot further break down the 2. So HCF is the common factor. Okay, in this case should be only x plus 2, and then the LCM should be the common multiples. Okay, so we have 2 to the power 1. We have x. We have x plus 2. The highest power of x plus 2 is 1. So it's just power 1. And we also have x plus 3. Okay, so that is the answer. 得唔得？需唔需要多講嗰個 Hcf 同埋 Lcm 呢啲 factor 係點樣出現嘅？有冇同學需要講嘅呢度？嗱，有就唔使客氣㗎，得唔得？如果唔係嘅話咧，之後就唔會再講㗎啦。OK， simplify 1 over fx plus 4 over gx. So that is just a simple question. 1 over fx becomes x plus 2 times x plus 3 plus 4 over gx becomes 2x times x plus 2. Okay, let us just simplify the gx first because there is a common factor to be cancelled. That is a 2. Okay, like this. So just clear the common factor first. And then we need to find the common denominator. Okay, so the first fraction we need to multiply an extra x to this. Okay, so the 1 becomes 1x or just x. And then for a second fraction, we need to multiply an extra x plus 3. Okay, and 2 should be multiplied by x plus 3 also. Okay, so and then we may merge them together. So x plus 2 times x plus 3, x times x plus 2, x plus 3. And then expand the bracket, we have x plus 2x, that is 3x plus 6. And you need to check for the common factors. So when you take out the 3, you have x plus 2, which means that the x plus 2 on top and on the bottom can also be cancelled by each other. So it becomes 3 over x times x plus 3. Okay? So that is the final answer of part C. Is that okay? And up. 49. Consider the polynomials px and qx, where a and b are constants. When px and qx are divided by x minus 1, the remainders are 12 and 4 respectively. OK， 咁呢個又係第6課嘅題目嚟㗎啦，係嘛？即係話咧 ，px divided by x minus 1, then the remainder is 12, which means that p1 is equal to 12. Okay, and then we have the formula of px. So pa times 1 cubed plus 9 times 1 square minus 3 should be 12. So a plus 9 minus 3 is 12. 8 is equal to 6. 哦，呢題咧甚至乎唔使 set equation 1 equation 2添，我開頭仲以為要添，因為有 A 有 B 有兩個未知數係嘛 ？OK， 咁我會 expect 咧係 set 一式二式咁樣樣嘅，咁但係原來咧呢兩個未知數咧即係分開晒嘅，係嘛咁樣樣，所以咧我哋直頭咧用 PX 嘅資料就已經揾到 PX 楞住嘅未知數，即係個 A 啦，得唔得 ？OK， 咁當然啦，我哋用埋 QX 嘅資料。When QX is divided by x minus 1, the remainder is 4. So Q1 is 4. And then 8 times 1 cubed minus 6 times 1 plus b is equal to 4. So 8 minus 6 is 2 plus b is 4. So b is 2. And that is the answer of part A. Okay. And then part B, factorize px and qx. So let us just write down the complete equation of px first. It is 6x cubed plus 9x squared minus 3. First, there is a common factor. Take it out first. 唔好漏咗呢啲 common factor 啊，因為咧改咗你嘅功課嘅時候咧，仍然仲有好多同學咧係會漏咗抽呢啲嘅 common factor 嘅。OK， 導致到咧之後嗰啲嘅數咧係會錯嘅咁樣樣，得唔得？So we have this cubic polynomial. OK， 咁我哋呢度咧嗱，我哋唔知道有啲咩 factor 嘅噃，係嘛？唔知道有啲咩 factor 嘅，冇任何 factor 嘅。咁但係呢度咧，咁我哋就要試一試啦。即係我哋咧要濕一濕，你當呢個係 fx 咁樣係嘛 ？fx 跟住試一試咧 F 一係幾多 ？F 一係咪等於零啊？唔係，咁所以 x 減一唔係 factor。試完一之後就試負一係嘛 ？F 負一係咪等於零啊？係等於零喎，係等於零嘅話咧，即係 x plus 1 is a factor of this。And then we can factorize the x plus 1 out and then multiply with the long bracket. And the long bracket will be can be found by using the long division. Okay, it should be like this. Should be plus x. Am I correct? Yes. Okay, and we have a quadratic polynomial here. We need to see whether it can be further factorized into a product of two brackets. And I think it is yes. It could be factorized to be x plus 1 times 2x minus 1. Am I correct? Yes. And then the 2x plus 1 should be merged together to form a square. 2x minus 1. So this is px. And for the qx, we do the same thing. Qx is 8x cubed minus 6x plus b, and b is 2. First, take out the common factor 2, and then write down the remaining factor. Okay, and again, we need to further factorize this. And for this one, we let fx to be this one, and then we check f1 whether it's equal to 0, and it is not, and then we check negative 1. F negative 1, is it equal to 0? Yes. So x plus 1 is a factor. We can factorize x plus 1 out and then write down the remaining factor by using the long division. So it should be 4x squared minus 4x, I think. Yes. Okay. And then we need to further factorize the quadratic factor. And it should be 2x minus 1 bracket square. Can you see this? So this is the factorized form of qx. It's okay? And then in part C, okay, we need to do a subtraction on two fractions. So 1 over px minus 4 over 3qx. Okay, just substitute the px and qx into this expression first. 3x plus 1 squared times 2x minus 1, and then minus 4 over 3 times qx. That is 2 times x plus 1 times 2x minus 1 squared. Okay, so clear the common factor within the fraction first. So 1 over 3 x plus 1 squared times 2x minus 1 minus 2 over 3 times x plus 1 2x minus 1 bracket square. It's okay. So I have cleared the common factor 2 within the second fraction. Okay, and then find the common denominator now. So the first fraction, it should be multiplied by 2x minus 1 to become square, right? So the top part becomes 1 times 2x minus 1. And then for the second fraction, we need to multiply by an extra x plus 1, becomes square, okay? 2x minus 1 square. So the 2 becomes 2 times x plus 1. Can you get this? Okay, now they have the same denominator, so we can merge the two fractions together. So it is 2x minus 1 minus 2 times x plus 1 over 3 times this. Okay, and then remove the bracket. It's 2x minus 1 minus 2x minus 2. 3 times this. And then calculate the like terms. It becomes minus 3 over 3 times this. Okay, so finally, the 3 and 3 can be cancelled by each other. So what is remaining on the top is negative 1. And then bottom is this. Okay, and that is the final answer. 得唔得？齋計嘅啫呢度。OK， 好，呢題冇乜特別嘅，咁啊想你計多少少咁解啫。50。有冇堂跟唔到？ 好啦，睇下50同埋51啦，有少少特別嘅啫。今次咧係用一個 identity 嘅形式去到出俾你嘅。一見到 identity 嘅話咧，我就可能要 comparing coefficients 喎，係嘛 ？OK， 好啦，呢個係咩意思咧？So we need to do the left hand side and right hand side separately. Okay, we need to make their denominator to be equal. Okay, it's like this. So left hand side is 1 over x plus 3 plus c over x minus 3. And then we need to find the common denominator. Is x minus 3, x plus 3, x minus 3 plus c times x plus 3 over x plus 3 times x minus 3. Okay, and then we may merge them together. X minus 3 plus c times x plus 3 over this becomes x squared minus 9. Can you see this? X plus 3 times x minus 3. Because I want, so I want it to be in factorized form. Okay, the denominator is better written in factorized form. Okay, 陣間我反而咧就將右手邊嗰個 x square 減9咧，將佢 fact 咗出嚟。And then the numerator, I need to group the like terms together. Okay, so that should be the x term should be c plus 1. Sorry, times x. And then the constant term, we have 3c minus 3. Okay. 呢度唔係太需要抽個3出嚟，因為咧我淨係想知道咧，我淨係想睇清楚個 x term 嘅 coefficient 係啲乜嘢嘢，同埋成個 constant term 係啲乜嘢嘢嘅啫。OK， 即係what number is multiplied to x and plus what number. Okay. So now the terms are grouped. The like terms are grouped together. And then the left hand side is done. For the right hand side, originally it is 3 times x plus 1 over x squared minus 9. Okay, and the numerator should be expanded. Okay, according to the terms, x term and constant term should be separated. Okay, and then for the denominator should be factorized. It becomes x plus 3 times x minus 3. Okay, and it is done on the right hand side. And now, when the left hand side and right hand side are having the same denominator, we can compare their numerators. Okay, so comparing the coefficients of x, we have c plus 1 equals 3. Can you see this? So c is equal to 2. Okay, that is the answer. Or you may compare the constant term. The 3c minus 3 is equal to 3. 3c is 6, the c is 2. That is consistent. Consistent. 嗱，呢度咧唔好以為呢一個係即係好即係多餘咗。呢個俾你 check 下你有冇計錯數嘅，得唔得？呢度咧我哋有多咗一啲嘅條件，令到你可以再用另一個方法去到揾多一次個 C 出嚟。你唔使寫出嚟嘅喺個 solution 裏邊啊，唔使寫，你是但寫一個已經夠噶啦。不過另外一個咧係俾你 check 數嘅。如果你一個計咗 C 等於2，另一個計咗 C 等於3嘅話咧，咁即係話你係計錯數啦。你某一啲位係計錯數嘅。OK， 咁唔知邊個位計錯數，你就要 check 啦。你就去即係去到 trace 翻，即係調翻轉去 trace 翻，究竟邊個位係錯咗嘅咧？咁樣得唔得 ？OK， 嗱，即係嗱，其實咧簡單嚟講咧，其實我平時改你嘅功課，平時改你哋嘅測驗卷啊、功課啊，或者你哋問數，喂呢度點解會錯啊？咁樣，其實我就係用呢啲咁嘅思維去到即係幫你去諗嘅。OK， 即係你計到一個，譬如 check 到個答案係model answer 唔係個2嘅。OK， 跟住我就會諗咧，即係有啲咩方法，有另一啲方法去幫你去 check。OK， 究竟邊一度開始錯咧？咁如果一路我哋會由尾去到 check 翻去頭咁樣，逐個 step 佢哋 check 翻睇下邊個位開始錯咁樣得唔得？嗱，即係唔好以為你要做老師先至要咁樣 check 喎。你哋去計考試測驗嘅時候，冇書後邊嘅 model answer 幫你 check 數噶嘛 ，check 答案噶嘛，所以你就要去到袋住呢啲即係方法咧，去到即係輪來就會幫你 check 次，睇下有冇計錯數嘅咧咁樣 ，OK？ 因為咧，尤其是一啲長題目嘅時候咧，你喺 A part 就已經有一啲 careless mistake 去計錯數嘅話咧，就超大鑊嘅，得唔得？一路錯落去嘅話咧，你就會失晒啲 A 分㗎啦，咁樣 ，OK？ 得唔得？所以咧，袋多啲招式喺個袋嗰度，佢哋幫你 check 自己嘅答案咧，究竟係啱抑或係唔啱嘅咁樣 ，OK？So this is number 50. Let's go to number 51 now. (51) is exactly the same as 50. But let's do one more here. Okay, left hand side is a over x plus 2 minus b over 3x minus 1. Okay, and then we need to merge them together first. Okay, it becomes a times 3x minus 1, x plus 2 times 3x minus 1, minus b times x plus 2 and x plus 2 times 3x minus 1. Okay, and then merge them together, a times 3x minus 1 minus b times x plus 2 divided by the denominator, and then expand the numerator like this. Okay, and then group the like terms together. Okay, so that would be 3a minus bx. I will always write plus. Okay, and then minus a minus 2b. Like this. Can you get this? 睇有冇錯先？應該就啱啦，係嘛？係啦 ，left hand side is like this, and then for the right hand side, we also do the same thing. Right hand side is 9x minus 10 over 3x squared plus 5x minus 2, and then we need to factorize the denominator. Okay, it becomes, I think it will be just this. Is it correct? Yes, I think so. Okay, denominator is factorized. Numerator is expanded. Okay, and grouped by like terms. So the preparation work is done. And then we may compare coefficient. Because the denominators on both sides are equal at this moment, then we may compare the coefficients. So that would be 3a minus b equals 9. But this time we have two unknowns. So we need to save this to be equation 1. And then to compare the constant term, we have negative a minus 2b equals negative 10. So make all the terms positive first. A plus 2b equals 10. And call this equation 2. Is that okay? And then from equation 1, equation 2, we cannot find any unknowns with same coefficient. Okay, so we may need to multiply. So I'm going to multiply equation 1 by 3 to make the 2b term. Okay, should be 6a minus 2b equals 18. And call this equation 3. And from equation 2 and equation 3, for the b terms, one is plus 2b and the other is minus 2b. So when I add the equations together, the b terms will be completely cancelled. So what is remaining is a plus 6a, that is 7a. Right hand side is 28. So a is equal to 4. Right? And then you just substitute the value of a into equation 1. And we have 3a minus b is equal to, forget, is it 9? Yes, it's 9. 12 minus b is 9, so b is 3. That is like this. 呢隻得唔得？嗱，呢隻冇特別嘅，呢隻題目冇特別嘅，但係咧都會喺考試裏邊出嘅，係咪？即係都係一種，都係一種咧係好常見、好普遍嘅考試題目。OK， 咁亦都 勁有可能喺 MC 度出嘅，得唔得 ？OK， 最後兩題 52, 53 will be a cross-topic questions。幾點落堂？應該搭3，好似搭3落堂嘅應該。哇！全日堂真係講多好多噃。Number 52。好 ，cross topic。嗱，呢啲就係你哋如果要攞高 grade 嘅話咧嘅食糊題目啦，得唔得？要食糊就係靠呢啲 cross topic 嘅題目啊。Let a quadratic function y equals x squared minus 6x plus 17. Find the minimum value of y and the corresponding value of x. Given AD, AHK form. Y equals x squared minus 6x plus 17. OK， 嗱呢度溫書先。If you change the quadratic function to be a times x minus h bracket square plus k, then the vertex is equal to h and k. Okay, the k is the maximum or minimum value is k, and the corresponding value of x is h. OK， 要溫書。但係點樣轉做 AHK form 啊？記唔記得？就係用嗰個所謂嘅 method of completing square. OK, this time the a is 1, so we do not need to take out any number. OK, just give it a bracket, and then this becomes x squared minus 2xy. What should I write for the y? OK, the 6x becomes 2xy, 2x times y. So the y is 3, right? And then if we have x squared minus 2xy, then I need a y squared. So I add the y squared here. But this one is extra, so I need to take away this immediately. Okay, in order not to change the question. For the first 3 terms, we have x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. So we have x minus y bracket square. And then minus 9 plus 17. And then it becomes x minus 3 square minus 9 plus 17. That is plus 8. Okay, so this is the AHK form. A equals 1, h equals 3, and k equals 8. So the minimum value of y is equal to k, that is 8. And the corresponding value of x is the h value, that is 3. That is the answer of part A. Is that okay? Part B. So I need to do this y cubed minus 1 over y squared plus y squared plus y plus 1. And then divided by y plus 1 over y squared minus 1. Okay? And so the fraction behind the division is one single fraction. So we may make the reciprocal first. Times y squared minus 1 over y plus 1. Okay? And then do the factorization. So it becomes y minus 1, y squared plus y plus 1. And then y squared plus y plus 1 times y plus 1, y minus 1 over y plus 1. Okay? So what is remaining here is y minus 1 bracket square. Can you get this? All the other factors are cancelled. Using the results above, find the minimum value of this. Okay, so this y, I want to find the minimum value of this. It's y minus 1 bracket square. 好啦，呢度咧點樣揾咧？我哋頭先喺呢一度個 y 係等於咁樣噶嘛，係嘛 ？OK， 咁我哋咧 y minus 1 square, we will change the y to be this. X minus 3 square plus 8 minus 1 square. Is that okay?先啊。Yes, it should be like this: x minus 3 square plus 7 bracket square. Okay. So what is the minimum value? Minimum value of this expression? When can we have the minimum value? 嗱，呢個留意啦。呢一個咧 x minus 3 square is always larger than 0, right? Okay, it's always larger than or equal to 0. And then x minus 3 squared plus 7 is always larger than 7. Still following? And then x minus 3 squared plus 7 bracket square is always larger than equal to 7 square. Still following? But what is the left-hand side now? It is already the question. Okay, so that is y cubed minus 1 over y squared plus y plus 1 divided by y plus 1 over y squared minus 1 is always larger than or equal to 49. So this thing is always larger than or equal to 49, which means that the minimum value of this expression is 49. That is the answer. 好，呢度打粒星落嚟先，試拍啊，得唔得？我哋都係咧砌翻個 function 出嚟，但係咧，我哋由邊度開始砌咧？我哋由一個 perfect square 大過等於0開始砌，然之後咧砌翻，即係佢要加7嘅就加個7俾佢啦，佢要 square 嘅就 square 俾佢啦，就會砌翻佢而家要揾 minimum value of 嗰個 expression 出嚟嘅。呢度 OK？ 咁嘅時候咧就會大過或者等於49，無論 x 係咩都好，無論 y 係咩都好咧，佢都要大過或者等於咧49嘅，係咪？咁嘅時候即係話佢最少咧都係49啦，亦即係話個 minimum value 就係49啦，咁樣樣，好唔 OK？ 好，請問呢題得唔得？好，其實係咪上到答2㗎？睇先，好似係答2嘅應該。係冇錯 ，OK。First, I have assigned a homework. Okay, so I have already opened to the Math app. Okay, so that's exercise 9C, 31 to 38. 我其實琴日 assign 咗嘅，咁我諗住聽日交嘅，咁但係咧我琴日唔記得咗同你哋講，咁就30號先交啦，今個禮拜5交嘅，得唔得？今個禮拜5啊 ，OK？ 有冇已經交咗嘅？冇嘅，好彩啫。Exercise 9C, number 31 to number 38, 8題嘅啫 ，homework。Okay, so please hand in on Friday. It's okay. 咁呢度咧，我仲有呢度咧嗱，如果我仲想好快講埋53題，咁但係如果你哋攰啊或者要轉堂嘅話咧，咁你哋可以離開先。咁但係咧我會講埋，咁我錄影埋嘅，因為係嘛，咁所以咧如果你可以之後睇翻嘅話咧，咁就之後睇翻啦。咁因為我想講埋第53題嘅，咁但係如果而家你哋要轉堂嘅話咧，咁就可以離開先嘅啦，咁樣樣 ，OK？ 咁我可以自己一個人喺度講都得嘅。Okay. Number 53. It is about log. So fx is this. In part A, we need to simplify fx. So it is log base 2, 4x minus 3, x squared plus 2x plus 1, and then plus log base 2, 2x plus 2 over 3 minus log base 2, 4x squared minus 7x plus 3 over x cubed plus 1. Okay, sum and difference of log becomes this log this 4x minus 3 over x squared plus 2x plus 1, and then times 2x plus 2 over 3, and then divided by this 4x squared minus 7x plus 3 over x cubed plus 1. Okay, and then we need to do the factorization inside the square bracket first. 4x minus 3, x plus 1 squared times 2x plus 1 over 3, and then times the reciprocal of this, x squared minus x plus 1 over this is x minus 1, 4x minus 3, I think. Yes. Okay, and then cancelling out the common factors. So what is remaining? X plus 1 is completely cancelled, and then 4x minus 3 is cancelled. So we have 2x squared minus x plus 1 and over 3 times x minus 1. Okay, so that is the answer of part A. And then in part B, if fx is equal to 1, find the value of x. So we need to solve the equation. And fx becomes log base 2, 2 times x squared minus x plus 1 over 3 times x minus 1. The right-hand side is just a number. Left-hand side is one single log. So we may change the right-hand side to be log 2 base 2. Okay, 1 times this one. Okay, then now the right-hand side is one single log. So we may cancel out the log. Okay, it's equal to 2. And multiply the 3, the denominator to the right-hand side, cancelling the 2. Like this. Cancelling the 2. So x squared minus x plus 1 is equal to 3x minus 3. Move all the terms to the left. Okay, quadratic equation. So x is equal to 2. Because the original equation has a log, so you need to check whether when you substitute the 2 into the original equation, whether it will be log negative number. Okay, if you have log negative number or log 0, then you should reject the answer. But this time, this answer is okay. So 2 is really an answer. It's okay? Okay, so that's all. I will start chapter 10 tomorrow. Okay? So if there is no more problem, you may leave now. Goodbye.